first in my life. And I dated this guy who was Filipino. His Filipino mom, she was just insane. She was totally insane, but like in a very fun way. They're just so honest, you know? Like they'll tell you you're fat, you're stupid, you're dumb, you know? And she was amazing. She used to be like, she used to always say this to me. She used to be like, Candace, I like you, but you big bitch, you know? You'd be like, okay, I loved her. So one night, her son, I was not there, and all of this was in high school, they all decided to do shrooms, okay? And I this is what scared me away from ever doing shrooms, because he calls me and he's like asking me these questions that were super weird. He was having a good time and then he wasn't having a good time suddenly because he was by himself.
Psychedelics are very serious.
So he told me the Jesus statue was talking to him. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm not having this experience. We're on the phone. And then he was like staring at his computer for like an hour. And then he was saying to me like, have you ever wondered if this is reality or if this is not reality? And I'm just like, Blair, what are you talking about? I don't know what's going on. So anyways, he then says like he thinks he's dying, okay? And what he told me the next day was he went downstairs and he tried to throw up and he saw flies coming out of his mouth. You could just imagine this trip went so wrong. I'm glad it happened to him though, because it scared me. It scared me against psychedelics.
What I would tell you about, and just a quick sidebar on that one is, I think it's very powerful medicine when used in the right hands for the right reasons.
These were high school kids surrounded by a tree.
I agree with you completely.
It was not in the right hands.
Like
there was nobody guiding. There was no shun. This was like,
if you're treating, you know, trauma from war or heroin addiction, and you're at a medical facility doing ibogaine with a professional. You know, these are different. These were high school kids just trying to like try something new. And he was like a, you know, straight A student, like, you know, so this was like, so then he woke his mom up and just told her, she was a nurse at the hospital. Oh boy.
And she told her, I think I'm dying. And she yelled at him and said, then you're going to die, okay? Because I don't want to be embarrassed, okay? I don't want to be embarrassed. She said, are you, in the background I hear, are you shitting me? Oh, I don't care if you die, you will not embarrass me. Like literally, that's Asians, right? So the culture that Black people have established is the exact opposite of these cultures, which, by the way, who's doing the best in this country, hand over fist? Asian people. Their culture is just significantly better because they don't accept these sorts of things. And if we don't challenge Black people to be like that, if we don't say this is unacceptable, like it is unfortunate. I believe that the George Floyd story should have brought actually people together, because when I did a documentary on it and went and met his roommates, they met him in an addiction center. He struggled with addiction his entire life. And addiction is something that I think has touched every family in America, mine included.
Oh my God.
And they could have brought us together rather than trying to drive us apart according to race, and been like, listen, like he had enough fentanyl in him. Like fentanyl literally makes you stop breathing. Like when it's working, it makes you stop breathing. But they didn't go with that route because it wasn't what the media wanted at that time. And I you know, it is sad that this man died.
Okay,
but why are we rioting? Why are we rioting?
That I agree with. There was an absolute different way to handle it. However, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't have died from the fentanyl, but listen, and obviously I get it, he's a criminal.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.